we got our seats? Let's get the show on the road. Okay, hopefully this presentation is going to be better than Mr. Greenhouse's attempt. God, they're boring. Okay, right, you've been voting for all week. Well, not really. 3 forms I could only get round to. S, L and M. Thanks, guys. Right, well, no. Okay. The first award for teachers is for the loudest shout from a teacher. Right. These are the candidates. We've got everybody's favourite, DV, Mr. Bowers. The queen of history, as I like to call her, Ashy B. I mean, yeah. Well, there's no other way to describe him than Mr. Shaw. Well, and then this is a woman, her voice echoes around the school, Miss Armington. And finally, you won't expect it from this man, but Miss Khan can tell you that we've heard him inform and he can shout, Mr. Masters. Okay. Well, any predictions? Ashy B, you're correct, it's Ashy B. No, she's not here. Probably having a Lucasade. Anyway, the second award is for the best previous teacher. As my colleague Mr. Mather says, the fallen stars that we've lost on the way on our journey. I mean, we've got the king of the trampoline, Mr. Fitness. He looks a bit like Jesus. He invented Splat. It's Mr. Roebuck. Some say he might be boring. I say he's colourful. It's Mr. Smythe. And then Michael Mather once asked this teacher if she was pregnant, Miss Jacobs. And then, well, I'm doing this job, not you, Lily. And then a man who I think we'll all remember, Mr. Swift. Swifty. And, well, he's dominated the votes. It's Mr. Swift. I make the decisions, not you, Connerberry. Right, let's get some security in here. Get him out. Okay, this is the teachers, they've got some good habits. The first one is Mr. Patel. Give us a shout, Mr. Patel. Thanks for that, sir. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, joking especially, Mr. Patel has some good quotes. I've got a few for us now. He's the only teacher I know to refer to water as agua. He said many a time, "Where's my agua?" Then, he said some things. This is probably the main quote. Mr. Patel's always there if you need some extra help, for revision, anything like that. Because, by hook or by crook, we will get there. And then, probably my personal favourite, Gabriel Bryant, give us a shout. Alright? It was a warm day, June I think, year 9. Gabe had his pants rolled up to the knees. Mr. Patel saw the knees out the corner of his eye. This was his response to Gabe's, what some might call flashing. Ooh, kinky. So yeah, and then Mr. Patel's the first candidate. Then we've got a man who we've all been taught by at one point. It's Mr. Faulkner. Where are you? Give us a shout. All right, sir. Well, Mr. Faulkner, yeah, I can hear him muttering around the room. He likes to finish on time. He wants to get us into the changing rooms, get ready for the next lesson. So I'll be on the field. Bit of passing going on, maybe. Bit of football. Suddenly, 3, 2, 1, time! That is good. Yeah. Well, we've done a lot of good game lessons with Mr. Faulkner. Done a bit of cricket, bit of rounders, bit of cross-country. Now, not everyone takes cross-country that seriously. Seem to remember year 7. Ryan Long playing knock-a-door run, anyone remember that? Steve Whitehead cutting across the field. And then, something I remember well, year 10, on the bridge. Dom Silly sees a quid out of the corner of his eye. He picks it up, gets to the Green Mount shop. Mr. Pearce and Mr. Cornwell think they fancy a packet of fruit pastels, which they didn't share. Oh no, they gave me one, but it was a green one. You don't want the green ones. Yeah, so, yeah, Mr. Faulkner, candidate 2. Next candidate is Miss Carr. Well, Miss Carr's been a great form tutor for the past 2 years. I mean, I think she's up there with the top teachers. But Miss Carr does like a peace and quiet. So we'll be in ICT. So guys, this is about lunch. And then she's back in here, but she's not here. It's Miss Ashburner, and you all know what this is. Sorry, someone talking about that? Guys! I mean, actually do. And then another habit she has is promising to bring in chocolate. The one day she brings it in, it's cut up Whisper bars, and I have the dentist, so I can't eat any. And then, our last candidate, where is he? Can't miss him, it's Mr. Wilkinson. Sir, give us a shout. Good to hear. Now, Mr. Wilkinson, do you like the alphabet? Because what's your favourite letter? It might be K. Right, K, like a tree, K. You like K? Now, so who do we think's won this one? Mr. Patel, Mr. Faulkner, Miss Carr, Ashley B, or Mr. Wilkinson? Who do we think? It's Ashley B, but she's not here. So I'm going to use my powers to second place. It was close. Very, very close between Mr. Faulkner and Mr. Wilkinson. But 3, 2, 1, time! It's Mr. Faulkner. Well, there's some teachers that like to think they're a bit of a comedian. Here's a few. Mr. Duffy. Well, we couldn't really do this award ceremony without mentioning. I mean, I think we all saw from that Leavers video. There's some bad jokes. In all honesty, I think Mr. Duffy's done a very good job with this school in the past 4 years. He's failed to address one major thing though. The fact that personal and social is still part of the school curriculum. Why, Mr. Duffy? Why? The next candidate she's a French teacher. It's Madame Dumas. Listen, I mean, we've seen all the funny dances, the ENT dance. Becky, personal favourite. ENT, I said ENT. Then we've got Mr. Shaw. Those are some bad jokes. I don't think he's here tonight, but I don't think we went to any science lesson without having to hear a PowerPoint with a repeated phrase in it. Sure, the phrase is funny for the first 2 slides, and then it really gets on my nerves. Not to mention the other jokes about Emmanuel won't be mentioning. Don't think it's appropriate. And then the next man, we can never tell whether he's being himself or not. It's the king of sarcasm, Dr. Rowan. He once told me that his son died. Was he sarcastic? To this day, I still don't know. And then, he's already featured, Mr. Patel. You've got some bad jokes. Although, you do have one good one, and that is taking the mick out of James Stacey.
It's always good.
No. Oh yeah, he said that. That's a good one. That's another good one. So, who do you think's won this one, people? You heard it first from Henry Todd, Mr. Shaw. Now, we're on to Award 5. This was the closest award of all. We gained quite a few new teachers on our journey through the school. Mr. Greenhouse joined us, I think it was midway through year 8. I remember he promised me chocolate. Where is it, Mr. Greenhouse? Where is it? Then we got Miss Lucas, fairly newish here tonight. Yeah, I see him. Miss Lucas, one of the new members of the maths team, so I think we're all going to incorporate the whole maths team into there. Miss Mather and Miss Higgins too. And then we've got Miss Lee, new science. I think she took over Mrs. Bowles. Mr. Stevens here tonight? No? And then Miss Army, the new English teacher, not new anymore. Yeah, as I said, this one is very, very close. And it's been pipped by one vote. One vote, people. Miss Lee. Now, these next few people are quite a crucial member of the school life, members of school life. So on for the best member of dinner staff, we've got the king of catering. He's given us such idea as English Day, American Day. That's just a hot dog, so. St George's Day, just Yorkshire Bud. It's Richard Taylor. Now, a few of you might not know this lady. It's the Italian-looking dinner lady that's henceforth been named Consuela. Now, gentlemen in the back, can I just have an answer to this? Consuela. Consuela. She comes from Italy. Thanks for that, gents. Now, we don't know this woman's name either. She's just the one with a very red face. And henceforth has been called Red Face. And we got the hat lady. She's the one wearing the hat. I think she's the boss. And then there's a nice cold queue woman. Now, this is a runaway victory. No, you're wrong, Connor, both times. It's Richard Taylor. Now, facial hair, Award 7, ranging from the neat moustaches of both Mr. Platt and Mr. Tandy, to the stubble of Mr. Hornby and the goatee of Dr. Owen. We've got some quite vivid facial hair. Chris Taylor, you should know. So we have Mr. Platt for his moustache, Mr. Tandy for his moustache, or textbook Tandy as I believe he's known, Mr. Horrobin for just, I don't know what to call it, I think it's pretty cool. Mr. Newmarch, where are you? Give us a shout. I said a shout, not a hand up. Mr. Burgoyne. Where's Mr. Burgoyne?
Yes.
He still owed me a prize, by the way, for putting my hands in beans. And then, so, this one was a runaway victory, again. Mr. Black, correct. This next award is regrettably controversial. We've called it the Skylers Award. Yeah. There's Miss Clee, Mr. Stanovich, Miss Foster, and Miss Hall. Yeah, that's correct. And then also, there's one person that doesn't quite fit the bill. Sir, I think you know who you are. Mr. Richardson. 2 weeks off for paternity? Was it necessary? Really? This one was very close too. Mr. Richardson, you got no votes. Sorry. But no, it was Miss Hall, the winner. Now, we're on to our last two awards. Number 9 is the award for the sports personality, as I like to call it. I mean, we've got some great sportsmen. Now, I've been informed by Dominic Sillett that Mr. Wilkinson likes rugby. I don't know about that, but we all know Mr. Shaw likes a good game of tennis. Miss Evans, I think, hockey, is it? There's Miss Evans. Miss Newcomb for running a marathon. And then the man we don't know the name of up until now. I'm just going to call him the amazing dodgeball caretaker man. I think you'll remember from the house events when Mr. Thompson is his name, I think. Neil. All right, Neil. Well, I can't remember which house he's for. Redgrave. He was the last man on the field. Richardson and Hornby were poised with 2 dodgeballs each. A ball flew at him, he caught it in one hand. Another ball flew at him, caught it in one hand. You know what that means? 2 more players back in. Then he single-handedly took out Mr. Patel. Mr. Patel fell to the floor. There was a tear in my eye and... well, everyone voted for the amazing dodgeball caretaker man, but I'm using my powers to veto that, because I'm the boss. And Miss Newcomb ran a marathon. I don't care what anyone says, that's better than all those. Now, number 10, last award. This is the award for musical talent. As we know, everyone likes a good song and dance, especially at Christmas, don't know why. Mr. Poe plays his guitar, sings a few good songs. Mr. Rigby only really joins in for let them know it's Christmas time. As does this lady, you might not know her, Mrs. Moore, the librarian, famous for telling me and a few friends to read the door when the library wasn't open to print off my coursework. Then we've got Mr. Cudworth. He's the curly-haired man who works in the keyboard room. And now, this woman, she taught us a few songs. Miss Duke has taught us French songs such as Bouge de la by MC Solar. It goes a bit like this. Bouge de la, bouge de la, et me fait bouge de la. We've also had a few Mika songs. But this was the biggest victory of all. Mr. Poe, you were a great talent. So yeah, that's the end of the awards. And I've got a few awards that they didn't need to be put in a category. They're in a league of their own. The only teacher I know who has no association of time whatsoever. We were in Italy. 45 minutes to the hotel, guys. 45 minutes. 45 minutes turns into 3 hours. Mr. Rashid. And then, as we know, it's been a hectic year in English. I mean, we've got some deadlines to meet. Miss Johnson walks into the room. Right, guys, we really have to do some work. I mean, knuckle down today. I might have to keep you in a break. 5 minutes into the lesson. Oh yeah, I really like that episode of Friends that Joey's in, where he talks about the ghost. It's really good. Hey, let's have some cake. It was good cake though, miss. Thanks for that.
No, I quite like it. It's 19 minutes.
Miss Pollock, she's been a great head of year. Where are you, miss? Give me a shout. This event, again, happened in Italy. We were on the train. Slightly scruffy looking young man was sat next to Miss Pollock on the train. I call this award the stare of doom. He reached his hand into Miss Pollock's purse, grabbed out a mobile phone. Little did he know, Miss Pollock saw the whole thing. This was the look she gave him. The look that can turn anyone to stone. The man dropped the phone immediately and walked away. I personally would have done the same thing, but I wouldn't have tried to rob it in the first place, idiot. So yeah, I mean, I'd just like to say a big thank you to all the teachers that have turned out today. I mean, you did a pat on the back, Mr. Patel. Give yourself a pat on the back. A round of applause, please. Well, I think we've probably had enough of my, some may call monotone voice, Jacob Paddle. But anyway, back to the festivities. Let's get a few tunes on.